Pull up a seat by the campfire and welcome to another episode of the Solitude Tour. This will probably be the last planned episode of the season. I still have about, a month left on the road. But that's pretty much it for visiting national parks, state parks, and such. Now I'm just meandering back towards home, and I'll be stopping in Ohio along the way for a family gathering. In this episode, though, we cover the Black Hills of South Dakota. Torvey and I traveled to Custer State Park, navigated several herds of buffalo and prairie dog. Cute little suckers. We did the Black Hills National Forest, and we almost didn't do Mount Rushmore, and I'll discuss that later on. But without further delay, here you go. Enjoy.
Toby. Don't you dare. Toby, quiet. Toby. Place. 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 Toby's a bit skittish. We're being surrounded. This is their home. They're all friends. Until they're not. Just don't scratch the paint, right? Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. Oh, you want to strike a pose, do you? Yeah, with Mama? Yeah. Good boy. Good girl. Yes. Good grass. It is delicious. Good for you too. Got a little sunburn. Mama? A little bit. Bye. Have a nice day.
So, I mentioned earlier about Mount Rushmore. Almost didn't occur. I went there on day one. We had driven Wildlife Loop and Iron Mountain Drive, and by the time I got to Mount Rushmore, I guess I was a bit overstimulated, and it was about 2 in the afternoon. It was very, very crowded, very chaotic. I got into the parking lot and I broke down, and I went from one end of the parking lot to the other and straight to the exit and just kept going. I spent the next 30 minutes traveling back to camp, just beating the heck out of myself for not stopping, for not being strong enough to weather the crowds and stop. A lot of you may not understand it. I'm that way, and I don't fully understand it myself. You may say to yourself, it's just a crowd of people. That's how most people would see it. Some of us see it all as one big threat. Just problems about to happen. And they always do. It's inevitable. But that's another story. That's the pessimism. Regardless, the next day, after being grounded a little better, talking to my wife, talking to some friends, talking to Toby, we decided that we would suck it up and go back. Time, and we would try to game the system a little bit in our favor. So I did some reconnaissance and saw that Mount Rushmore opens at 5 a.m. The tolls aren't in, there's no staffing. None of the concessions are open, but I really don't care about those. It's just more people, right? I just wanted to experience the Mount Rushmore carving, the site. To say I stepped there. I saw with my own eyes. And of course, I really wanted to get some photography of it as well. So we showed up 6 a.m., came right in, got right up on the top level of the parking garage, which is all civilian run now. So my America the Beautiful Pass covers free park access to national parks, but it doesn't cover the privatization of a lot of these services. A lot of the national parks are starting to go to pay for play with the government still owns the property and the rights, but it's being run by private contractors which don't recognize or honor any of the park passes. So there's no discount there. But I digress. We were at Mount Rushmore, Toby and I, at 6 a.m. And it was beautiful. The place was relatively empty. There were a few rangers, security, light staff, and a few visitors who kind of felt the same way I did. They just didn't want to deal with the crowds. And there was plenty of room to move, breathe, take pictures, and actually process the beauty of the monument as well. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the support, the pushing to suck it up and get it done. Sometimes that's what's required. Other times it's just a bridge too hard. But we did it. I did it. It felt like a great accomplishment. And then I had to catch myself again, because as soon as we left, the crowd started showing up at about 7 a.m. Tormy and I get in the truck and left. And I said to myself, you know what, I feel damn good. I'm on a high right now. Let's go to Crazy Horse Monument. And Tovey just curled her lip at me and said, no, you're doing it again. You're trying to overachieve. Baby steps. We can always come back another day. And it still felt good. Today is our last day here at Custer, KOA in South Dakota. And from here we are moving on to Sioux Falls. While I was here today, in particular, I actually, it's my first experience with pit stop service, where an RV technician comes right to your campsite to work on your trailer or RV. And I had some services I wanted done. These aren't break fix services. These were services where I saw room for improvement. That's like my HVAC. Excuse me, the HVAC is great, but it requires a bit of modification to be able to run on small portable generators, which is what I have now. It's one of the reasons I chose to come to Custer KOA as opposed to staying with the national park site I had earlier down Osteef Lake. They actually are a very important way station for hikers due to their water. And this week there were excessive heat warnings, and then I got an alert that Osteef Lake had no drinking water available. Apparently it didn't pass test. They shut it down, and I'm kind of glad that we made this call to come to Custer KOA instead. It was a little bit pricier, but well worth it. We had amenities, and I was able to get these services done. So with my HVAC unit, modification to air quality and power consumption is what I had done to that. And then I wanted to get a lift kit put on the trailer suspension to raise it up about 3 inches. This will allow me to switch out the 15-inch tires and rims for 16-inch, which allows me better quality tire for cross-country off-road travel. And that's one of the switches I'm looking for in the future. Another thing I'm really looking forward to, I am going to be replacing the bed of my truck. I'm getting a decked drawer system, removing my Semitic USA rack and tonneau cover, and a carrying basket, and I'm switching out with a front runner Dometic solution, which is full bed. It's compatible with my Ram boxes, and a bunch of accessories, blade antenna mounts and such, roto packs. It's a little lower than what I have right now, but I don't need the tonneau cover. I just need that drawer storage for the little things, and then secure bed for my Dometic freezer fridge and my 2 generators. I use a Jackery generator, 3000 home generator to power the refrige when the truck isn't on or I don't have shore power. And I have a WEN 3600 portable generator that I use for the trailer for those off-grid camping excursions. Again, this is probably going to be the last episode of the season, and yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be a season two, because I got some more places I want to roll into. Carry on. Toodles. That concludes this episode, and dare I say, this season. I'm putting together a season 2. I've got a lot of modifications to accomplish before that occurs, though. And I'll still be posting shorts, little snippets of Torby and I's exploits. Again, we have about 1 more month left on the road. Whatever we encounter is going to be spontaneous and impulsive. Shenaniganery shall commence. Thank you for watching.